Alright, I'm not going to waste your time. Let's just get right into it. If you know anything about Taiwan, then you know it's famous for its food. Taiwanese people are so proud of their food, and they should be, because it's freaking awesome. I've lived here for 5 years, and I haven't even scraped the surface of all the amazing dishes you can try here, and you're going to have to watch to the end of the video to see whether or not you agree or disagree with my choices. I wrote this intro after making this video, and just as a fair warning, you and I are about to get real hungry. And the first one on my list should cause no controversy, because it's the first time, I think actually the only time I ever had a home-cooked Taiwanese dish.
Really, the only word for it is...
My first ever Taiwanese home-cooked meal. I have never had a Taiwanese person cook for me at home. I've always gone to a restaurant. And so I'm really excited to introduce this food to you because the smell is phenomenal. And this is Penny.
Hi.
Alright, so this is really impressive because her mom has single-handedly cooked 6 different dishes, not including the rice. And I feel like that's unique to Chinese cuisine because in the West, you don't cook 6 individual, unless maybe it's like Christmas dinner, or like a Thanksgiving dinner. You might have that.
Yeah.
But like if I had you guys over for dinner in Canada, there's no fucking way.
No, you're gonna get like steak, macaroni and cheese, maybe some potatoes.
Yeah, and like
I don't know. I'm like meat and carbs kind of guy.
Yeah, come in here real nice and close and get a look. So this right here is pork belly, and you can see the layers of fat and meat on top of each other. And this is like so tender, melty. Taiwan does this so well. Now as for the smell, that's a fucking 10.
Yeah, I have literally no complaints.
I think Josh has just been sent to heaven. I'm gonna go in for one of these. Look how like tender this looks.
Oh my god.
Literally just like falls apart in your mouth. Like some of the most tender pork I've ever eaten.
It's so good.
Holy fuck nuggets.
And I'm even gonna try this big old slice of fattiness. Oh my, it's so good. This is so good.
God damn! I think tied with the best pork I've ever had.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. Pork belly is really special. How long does she cook it for?
20 hours.
20 hours? I can't do anything for 20 hours. Yes, indeed. Penny's mom's pork belly blew my goddamn mind. If you ever get the chance to try it, it's so good. I mean, pork belly's good all around the world, but the way that Taiwanese people do it, oh, it's so good. It's like nothing else you've ever had, I promise you. Anyways, moving along the list, we have, to this day, still, the best chicken I've ever had. It was smoked up in the mountains of Nantou. Let's take a look. This is, I'm pretty sure, an entire roast chicken, kaoji, which looks phenomenal. What I love about this, and they can do it with duck too, but this one's chicken, is that the way it's cooked, you get this golden crisp skin, and it's probably most people's favorite dish that comes out of Asia, really, at all. Just because it also has some salt or some spice I think you put over it, but I'm just gonna try the meat really quickly first. It's very similar, I think, to Beijing Kaoya, which I think a lot of people have had, which is Beijing roast duck. Oh God, no word of a lie. That's the best bite of chicken I've ever had in my life. There's a very strong smoke flavor. The skin, salty. Oh, that's so good. I don't even know how to describe this. And like, listen, I'm a cook. I like to cook at home. I can't cook a chicken half as good as this. This is amazing. I might like move to Nantou. Oh my God. But if that doesn't leave your mouth watering, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you, or what kind of food you're eating where you're from. That is incredible. This restaurant's so cool. The food's really, really good. People working here are really nice. And this atmosphere is really fun too. I really like the wood and the bamboo. It's very different, very interesting. Yes, to this day, still no one has been able to top that chicken. I just don't understand how they got chicken, an infamously dry meat like chicken, especially the white meat, and still keep it so juicy and moist. And the skin was crispy, and it had a smoky flavor. I mean, what they did with that chicken is masterful. A fair warning though, I have heard some people go to that restaurant in Nantou after seeing my video on it, and they were disappointed. Apparently they didn't have it, or they only got like a tiny bit of the chicken, whereas I got the entire friggin' thing for the whole video. So I don't know what it's gonna be like if you actually go try it, but if you're in the area, the other dishes were also really, really yummy. But anyways, that chicken, hands down, best chicken I've ever had in my life. And number 3 on my list was in Ilan at this little Japanese restaurant, all the way up there with the hot springs. It was amazing. Let's take a look. Okay, so here at this Japanese restaurant, Kimura, I've never actually seen something set up like this. It's really interesting. It's pork, like what you would find, say, in ramen, like at ramen noodles, but instead it's sat over a bed of rice, which is interesting. Then again, we have mashed sweet potatoes. You can see a running theme here. I was just told off camera that the sweet potato is a really important vegetable for Taiwan historically because it's easy to grow, it's cheap, it's nutritious, and delicious. I don't know, it looks like really well charred, and what's really good about this pork in general, is that when you cook it like this, the fat renders out, it's so soft. That is so good. That falls apart in your mouth like salmon. Because of the way they kind of charboiled it, how do you say that, charboiled? Char on it, that like black, it's not burnt, but it definitely adds like such a good barbecue flavor is what I'm trying to say. Paired with the rice, this is really good. Melt in your mouth pork. Sweet potato, obviously we tried that before, it's really good. This is really, really good. I wasn't expecting this. I mean, you've got a meat that's typically in a ramen dish with soup, served over rice. You'd think it might be dry, or it's not at all. Because, you know, if you pair something like just meat and just rice with no sauce, you know, that spells dry in a lot of people's minds. But because of the fat and how tender the pork is, it doesn't taste dry at all. Okay, we're not done yet. I've just got the yashang fen, which is smoked duck meat over rice. I've never had smoked duck before, but I could, again, smell it as soon as it came close to the table. This restaurant has like really aromatic foods. It's really, it hits you like before you actually put it in your mouth. You already kind of know what it tastes like because it smells so good. But smoked duck meat apparently, so I've been told, is famous for Ilan. So if you're coming to Ilan for famous food, they have actually a lot of different famous types of foods that I've learned about, but this is one of them, so. Whoa. I was wondering why they give you such small cuts of meat. The reason being is that each little piece of meat packs an insane amount of flavor. It almost tastes like ham. Then the smoky flavor comes in and just like completely envelops your mouth with flavor. The little pieces of meat packs a huge punch, which is good that they gave you rice to sort of calm that down. This is excellent. I think if you're gonna come to Ilan and only have one dish, this might be the one. Oh man. And even like the rice has like a vinegar in it or something from the duck soaked into the rice. So I just had a bite of rice there. That also has flavor. It doesn't taste like just white rice. There's some other kind of sauce in there. I'm not sure what they've done. This is excellent. This is really good. You guys have to try this one. Yes, whatever they're doing in that Japanese restaurant up in Ilan is working. I also want to give an honorable mention, a shout out to another shop I was at while I was there that did these amazing handmade noodles. Check this out. So last stop, I could not pass this one up because two things. They make their own noodles handmade, which if you've ever had handmade noodles, they're fantastic. They still kind of like retain that bite that dried noodles don't really get. Second thing is this is a sort of Sichuan style dish. I think it's called Chengdu Dandan Mian. Sichuan food is some of my favorite because it's really, really spicy. And especially if they use like a Sichuan numbing spice, which I understand a lot of people might not like. But I just really like how it kind of numbs your mouth in a weird way. It's a different type of spice that you might be used to. If you've never had it, I would highly recommend it. But already I'm super, super excited. That's perfect. One of my favorite kind of noodles ever. Just because, like I said, the noodles have that bite. They're handmade. It's not like any other noodle you've ever had. Mix it with the spice and then little bits of beef. It kind of acts as like sort of like, I don't want to say gritty because that sounds bad, but it's gritty in like a good way because it just adds a little extra layer to what you're eating when you have meat in it. Really, really good. 10 out of 10. I would highly recommend coming here if you want something that honestly isn't that expensive. For the amount of effort that goes in this,
It's almost like artisanal.
All right, number 4 on my list. You knew it was coming. Beef noodle soup, which you can see me and Alan eat here. I can't say with confidence that this one in particular is the best beef noodle soup I've ever had, but it was pretty good. It's a locally famous shop. You might be wondering what you're looking at right now. This is the Alan and Prazi podcast. It's a lot of fun where we chat about having friends in Taiwan, what it's like working with Taiwanese people. Our most recent one was about relationships and love. If you want to get to know me and Alan a little bit more, talk about some things, just have a good time. Everything and anything goes on our podcast. Head on over to Patreon and check it out. Links in the description. And last on my list is kind of a controversial one. I was going to put spicy hot pot that I ate for a hangover that was really good, but instead I'm switching it out for sort of an unexpected one. Bread. Yeah, fresh bread that me and Alan just baked. It was unfrickin' believable. I loved it. Check this one out.
Oh my goodness, look at the texture of that.
Yeah.
Too hot.
Pretty hot.
We are master bakers. There's nothing on that. There's no butter, there's no jam or anything, but just the bread is crunchy and crispy on the outside. Then the dough is perfectly risen and separated and fluffy. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is fresh out of the oven. I don't know about you, but I didn't expect to enjoy baking as much as I did because I like to cook and baking's never really been my thing. But I found it actually...
Look at it, baking is a different...
It's like a totally different thing. Oh my god, the smell. My mom used to always make fun of me growing up because every time, before I would eat bread, especially fresh bread that she would bake, I'd have to smell it and go... and then I'd eat it.
So good. Unbelievable bread.
Is this the best bread you've had in Taiwan?
Yes, it is.
I was gonna say, this is the best bread I've had in Taiwan.
So that's my list of the top 5 things I've ever eaten here in Taiwan. Let me know in the comment section what you think and maybe some of the best things you've had in Taiwan. Let me know because I will go try it and I will film it too. If you haven't been to Taiwan, well, I would say wait until the government relinquishes control over the borders and then don't wait another second. Get over here and try some food. You're missing out. Anyways, that's all for me. Stay positive, keep your stick on the ice. Don't forget to check out the Alan and Prazi podcast and I'll see you guys next week for another video. Bye-bye. So anyways,
Yeah.
In Alan's video, you're gonna see 4 people, me, Alan, Eddie, and Andre, but in reality, it is a house filled with people.
Just put it in there and leave it for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
你想买吗？